This was a decisive result. 80% of criminal barristers who voted in this ballot voted in favour of escalating the industrial action, which actually began at the end of June. And in 19 days of industrial action between that period and up to the beginning of August, more than 6,000 cases were disrupted, 1,400 of those were trials. So now what we're talking about is an indefinite all-out strike, which would start on September the 5th. However, there are some barristers who were already due to strike this week, and so for them, they actually will not work at all from this point now because of the dates, that September the 5th date. And it's all over pay. Now, you might think criminal barristers earn a lot of money, and the fact is that they get their money from legal aid. And according to them, in real terms, that money, the fees they get, have fallen by 28% in recent times. The government is offering them 15%, which in itself doesn't sound bad. However, the barristers say they need 25% more in legal aid fees to be able to do their work and earn enough money. And earlier I spoke to Jennifer Devans Tomaklo, who is quite early on in her career as a criminal barrister, but she said that when you work things out, sometimes she's earning little more than the minimum wage. This is what she had to say.
We have to consider as self-employed individuals is that I've come to Wolverhampton today, which is not my home court. I pay my expense of getting here up front. Nobody is helping me out with that. Now, if you're going around the country, as people from my chambers do and people from many other chambers will do, you have to bear those costs up front. You have to do all the preparatory work that simply isn't covered by the fees that you ultimately get at the end of proceedings. So the government needs to understand the hardships that criminal barristers like myself, like those who have been here before me, and like those who might choose to follow, are facing.
Now, there'd already been an immense backlog in the criminal justice system before the pandemic came along and added to that problem. And in the past year, according to Jennifer, 300 criminal barristers have left the profession. And that, she says, is all adding to this backlog because there simply aren't the numbers of staff to do the work, which is why more money is needed for these legal aid fees. Now, as far as the government is concerned, they are very unimpressed, and there has been a statement from the Justice Minister, Sarah Dines, who said this is an irresponsible decision that will only see more victims face further delays and distress. The escalation of strike action is wholly unjustified, considering we're increasing criminal barristers' fees by 15%, which will see the typical barrister earn around £7,000 more a year. But as far as the Criminal Bar Association is concerned, this action is a necessity. They say it is a last resort action.